HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone. HCAM News Director Tom Nappy here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, Hopkinton High School Habitat for Humanity Club builds a playhouse for a veteran's child as part of Operation Playhouse. Town Clerk Connor Deegan lets us know how the 2024 Hopkinton Town election went and more. But first, the new pickleball and tennis courts by the Fruit Street Fields were officially opened last Friday.
It is. Yeah, if people want free courts, they'll come here. They were afraid. They heard I was coming down. Well, they knew I was coming down. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Thank you, John. Good afternoon. My name is John Lewis. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation. I've been on board since September. This is one of the projects that I've been looking forward to very much since my appointment. And we're finally here, May 31st, for the Fruit Street Pickleball and Tennis opening. So I know everyone's anxious to play, so I'll get through my speech pretty quickly, and then we're going to hand it off to CPC and Parks and Rec Commission. So I just want to thank a few people to make this project happen. So first, the Community Preservation Committee. Without them, this project would not have been funded, so thank you, CPC. The Parks and Rec Commission for backing this project since day one, gaining the feedback from the community and making this possible. So Dan Terry, our chair of the commission, Amy O'Donnell, Laura Hansen, Ravi Desari, Seth Kenny, and our new commissioner, Kyle Smith. Thank you all very much. Leonard Design Associates, specifically Andrew from Andrew Leonard Designs, made this park happen, along with Mark Heimlich from Heimlich Landscape. They did an excellent job. Final touches were put in this morning. The fence came down yesterday. They met their deadline that we gave them, so thank you to those groups. And I would not be here being able to do what I do without my staff. Parks and Recreation staff make all the things happen that you guys use daily. Our programs, our facilities, we handle the calls, the complaints. Rarely do we get complimented. I want to compliment my staff, Colleen Allen.
Yeah, Colleen.
Maureen Salmon.
Yeah, Maureen.
And Jenny Hart as well.
Yeah.
And lastly, thank you to you, right? This is the community project. We gain feedback from the community on what you would like, and without your support, your voice, we would not be here without you. So a round of applause for everyone who attended. From here, I'm going to turn it over to Dan Terry, the chair of the Park and Rec Commission.
So I can be even briefer than John. Thanks, John. I would reiterate everyone he thanks, but I do want to just point out that one of the key parts in this process, and a part of the process that I thought was most effective. This was a significant investment by the town. It was great funding by CPC. Ken's the chair of the CPC, and he's going to speak in a minute. But for me, I appreciated this whole process because it really did come from requests from the community, and it was the community that came to Parks and Rec and kind of said, we need this. And as we started to run with it a little bit and started to have the funding request take shape to go to CPC, we kind of stood back and let the members of the community come up and just discuss the need and the desire for an investment in something like this. So very proud of this. I can't, I mean, I would love to reiterate everything John said in terms of everyone that was involved. A lot of folks at Town Hall were intimately involved in everything from design to getting bids to fielding bids to making sure the whole process went smoothly. I'd also like to point out that this is being delivered a day early and on budget, and we have John to thank for that. He managed to do that in his first 8 or 9 months here. He picked up this project as it was starting to gain momentum. So welcome and thank you very much. And here's Ken Weissmantle, the chair at CPC.
Okay, Ken Weissmantle, 145 Ashley. Speaking as chair of the Community Preservation Committee. We've already gone through most of the thank yous, some of which I was going to thank, but I see our Vice Chairman, Eric Sonnet, is here from CPC. I didn't see any other CPC members here yet. Dan, I'm sorry. Yes, Dan, yes. And by the way, you guys got a great recreation advocate in Dan Terry when he's on the CPC. I mean, he puts in a lot of hard work. There's a couple other people that I think ought to get recognized here today too. We have a visitor who's a part-time resident at this point, Ron Clark. Most people don't, well, maybe they remember him as a selectman and planning board for many years ago, but Ron Clark led the town's effort to adopt the bylaw to allow for CPC funding, which takes 2% of your taxes and allows us to fund projects in our 4 areas, which is recreation, open space, community housing, and historic. We're getting there. And so Ron, first of all, he led the charge to adopt CPC, and then while he was on the board of selectmen, he led the charge to buy the Fruit Street property, and he co-chaired the first master plan committee for this entire property. At a time, probably we didn't even know that pickleball existed, but anyway, you can see how this has developed over the years, and this Fruit Street property, which was funded in part by CPC, has really been an asset to the town. And then Ron brings one other key thing to the town. He married up, and he brought Nancy Clark to the town. And Nancy, besides being a now retired history and government teacher in the high school, coached the women's tennis team and took it from a program that was not too good to league champions. And so Ron gets credit for bringing her to town many years ago. So that kind of is the thank you part. Let me go a little bit on CPC. As we've said, we fund in 4 different ways. And if people have an idea, like the people that came before us for this project, think about other things we can do in those four areas. We take requests every October. The deadline is October 10th. We're looking to do big open space purchases, more recreation. Parks and Rec is finishing up on a few of their projects, and hopefully they'll have some big ideas coming up for maybe the next season. So anyway, CPC is going forward on those type of projects. And then the last thing I'd like to do is kind of take a personal note as to why I'll say this project is really important to me as a person. Most people here don't know that my dad was a nationally ranked tennis player. And I learned how to walk on a tennis court. And I had my first racket when I was 2 years old and could barely lift it across the court. And after he stopped playing competitive tennis, then he started teaching tennis in conjunction with his Parks and Rec in Waukegan, Illinois, and the YMCA. It was a joint program. They were teaching 500 kids in our community how to play tennis every summer. And from that, he went on to the school committee for 12 years, and then he got onto the county board, where he was on the Natural Resources Committee, where he bought up a lot of farms that were for sale in the 60s and 70s in that part of Illinois for open space and forest preserve areas. So two or three of the things that are CPC are things that I kind of grew up with, and I kind of really enjoyed that. So anyway, that's kind of, oh, and then the last thing my dad is he was a Port Authority member appointed by the governor, and I'd like to also announce that the boat dock that we've been working on with CPC and Parks and Rec, we're in the process of finalizing a permit. We have an interim permit, and I understand it's going to get delivered on the 25th of June. Congratulations! This is probably one of our longest standing projects. It took forever. Anyway, so at this point, I think we're ready to cut the ribbon.
Just quick housekeeping for the actual courts itself. I know there's been a lot of questions about what use is going to happen, programs, things of that nature. There's a QR code on this table. I'm asking for anyone interested in use of this facility to fill that out. Parks and Recreation is going to use your feedback over the next month to 2 months, gather that information, combine it with our expertise in the field, other communities, and implement those into the fall. So starting in September, we'll have programs, we'll have court reservations, we'll have open play, a mixture of everything. We didn't implement that just yet because we wanted to hear from you, from the community, and how you would like it. So from now, May 31st up till September, these courts are open, free of use, 24/7, well, dawn to dusk, and that's it. So we're gonna ask you guys to work together, police each other. We do have a set of rules and regulations on our website right now. You can check that out. But again, I please ask you to fill out this survey. It's 20 questions. Take your time with it, and we'll go from there.
John, I failed to introduce a couple of other key people on the Parks and Rec Commission. Laura Hanson is our vice chair. Amy O'Donnell has been a member for a couple of years. Kyle over here, Kyle Smith, is a new member, and I just wanted to make sure that I introduced them in case anyone had any questions. Thank you. Thank you.
They're beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to gather on either side of the opening to the fence, love to have you in the picture. All right. Those who can get on their knee, please do so. You're going to keep coming. Anyone younger than me.
Yeah, expertise.
Okay, Ken, I'm going to give you a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1, cut.
Thank you. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, we're here with Town Clerk Connor Deegan today. And Connor, the official results of the election were just released, and we'll have those posted on hcam.tv. Of course, first there was the release of the unofficial results. So can you tell us about the process of getting to the unofficial results and then getting to the official results?
Thank you, Tom. So it's very interesting to see. Some people will wonder, why is it that we're having these unofficial results, and what makes them change between election night when we first read them off and what is actually finalized when you see that difference? Well, a big piece of it is what we're reading off at election night is everything that came right out of the machines and was read by those machines The unofficials that we put out the next day is all the stuff that we have as well from the hand counts, which that alone gives us an additional group of, I think we had 79 hand-counted ballots that couldn't be read by the machines for whatever reason.
Now, did you have, and on those ballots, I'm guessing you have to maybe check the signatures and verify them?
So yeah, we have to verify, well, with those, there's no signatures on the actual ballots themselves, but we do need to verify either way when we're actually going through the process of checking them in. But some of them are as simple as people voted by mail and they didn't fill in the bubble all the way. And the machine doesn't want to choose if it isn't sure that that's how the person wanted to vote. So if you don't fill in the bubble 75% or more, then it says, I can't read it. It's an ambiguous mark, spits it back out. And we can't look at your ballot. We can't alter your ballot. So what we do is we take it, we immediately put it into another slot for us to hand count at the end of the night. So that's where we get those ballots, mostly from folks who did vote at home.
So how do people do this here? Did they vote right for the most part? You mentioned 79 ballots that would be hand counted. Is that a good number?
That's pretty good. It's just a case of, again, folks, when you're voting at home, make sure you're using black ink that doesn't bleed through, and make sure that you're not using pencil and stuff like that, because those are the things that can really kind of muck everything up. But people did a pretty good job, especially as we come into September and November for the big elections, and a lot of people will be voting at home, I'm sure. Make sure that you really check and make sure those bubbles are filled in. No X's or check marks.
And under my quick estimation, I believe voter turnout was up for this town election compared to last year about 30%.
Yeah, so we had a great turnout for a local election. The number of people that came out, fantastic. Not our highest percentage for a while, but it's still a really great number of people. Some people look at that, right around 20% as being somewhat small for an election, but for a local election, that's really great. Not enough people really get involved at that level, so it's great to see that regardless of why people wanted to vote, that they made the time to actually come out and do so.
All right, and everything seemed to run smoothly this year. Was that the case?
Everything was nice and smooth. No major issues, no major complaints, no major hiccups from the machines or anything like that. It was nice and smooth. The results were were pretty much set at the end of the night. We just had a couple of write-ins and provisionals to really look at ahead of time, or right after the election was done. But after that, we had everything set in stone.
And if people want to know more about the election process or have any questions for you, where can they go and how can they contact you?
They can, of course, go right to our website at hopkintonma.gov under the town clerk's election information page. And absolutely feel free to email me at townclerk@hopkintonma.gov, or you can give me a call at my office, or always feel free to stop by and say hello.
On an annual basis, the Hopkinton High School Habitat for Humanity Club has participated in Operation Playhouse.
It says Fiona's name on it because it's personalized.
The mission of Operation Playhouse is to provide the children of veterans with a nice playhouse.
It's your princess. It's your new princess castle.
Oh, look at that.
What do you think? It's a house just for you.
To tell them.
This year, they built a playhouse for a little girl named Fiona.
She will be living in this thing.
Yeah, she will.
There's a lot of toys related to the house that we didn't open up, so they're in there.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Do you want help opening
And
the back?
that's
Hey guys, welcome to the princess castle. This is a playhouse for Fiona. Come on inside. So on the outside we got this yellow door, and then it's painted blue. The theme is castle. We got some green windows. Okay, so inside there's an image of the Disney castle, and there's also glowing stars with different modes for lighting. And then we got windows that open from the inside out. And this little beanbag with a stuffed animal and a blanket. And then this beanbag, which is filled with a bunch of different toys.
My name is Prithvi Venkatesh, and I'm a senior at Hopkinton High School.
I'm Zachary Krimgold. I'm in 12th grade.
My name is Abram Ryan. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Anay Pachori. I'm a senior.
I'm May Chen, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Joshua Brum, and I'm a junior.
We came out to build this playhouse for a veteran family's daughter named Fiona, and she wanted the theme to be castle, so we got the colors given to us by the Habitat for Humanity Playhouse build, and we got the frames and we started painting, and then we set it all up together.
Cool. Okay, so how long have you guys been out here today working on this?
Since 8 a.m.
Wow. What was everyone's favorite part about the process?
Mine had to be decorating the interior.
I think just putting the whole structure together, screwing it all in, and yeah.
I like painting the house.
I enjoyed putting the shingles on the roof.
I enjoyed nailing the shingles as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed decorating the inside of the house, making it a home.
What was the biggest challenge of today?
Definitely trying to use the materials smartly.
Probably figuring out how all the tools worked.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, figuring out how all the tools work.
Putting the roof on.
I think just making sure everything went in the right place.
Yeah, I think it was like lining everything up.
Fiona and her mother came by the school to check out the playhouse.
That's what I figured. Yeah. And still like record the little ceremony here.
She's playing in there.
You like it?
What do you say? What do you say to the kids? What do you say? Can you say have your baby? Can you say thank you to Mama? Okay. Can you say thank you?
They made your house for you.
Wave for them and say thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
So cute.
We are proud to serve those who have served our country. Hopkinton High School thanks you for your many years of service in the Army. It was a wonderful day for our team to come together and build this playhouse for your family. Hopkinton High School is honored to present you and your family the certificate of home ownership. May this playhouse provide a special place for your family to bond, play, dream, and think. Thank you to the O'Sullivan family for the sacrifices that you have all made while serving our country.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. This is awesome.
Thank you for your service.
This is great. No, thank you.
On Saturday, June 1st, 15th-seeded Hiller softball hosted 18th-seeded Dartmouth in the round of 32 in the Division II MIAA state tournament bracket. Hillers were trailing 4-1 into the top of the fifth. Wally Henneberry and Mike Tarosian on the call.
Addie Walls has her work cut out for her this afternoon now. And there's a bunt down, squeeze play, runner is going home.
A little late.
And there's no play at the plate. Well, there was a play, but it was late. So on the squeeze play, Dartmouth scores the run, and all the runners are safe. Third base playing shallow, shortstop playing deep. And there's one right up to the shortstop. Charlie Horner's going to get, Holly Bahar's going to get it, throw to first. She's going to get the out. But the run on third will score.
Dartmouth plates a pair of runs and would end up taking the win, 7-2. The Hiller softball team ends their season with 14 wins and 7 losses. 6th-seeded Hiller baseball was also in action on Saturday. They hosted 27th-seeded Reading in their Division II round of 32 game. The Hillers got things going early.
The broadcast is there's a strike, and the next pitch is going to be hit in the air and drop into left field. Runner from second heading to third, now heading home. He will score. Hillers have the lead. An RBI single by Derek Hatherley. And if you notice, they have him in the cleanup spot today, and that's because he has been very good with the bat as of late. Marino set to deal. Hit high in the air towards center field, and it is caught. Runner from third is going to tag, and he will score. A sacrifice RBI flyout by Ryan Lang, and the Hillers lead it 2-0. There's a bunt. They're going to try to the suicide squeeze here, and it works! What a perfect bunt!
Reading added a run in the top of the 6th, and it was a 3-1 Hiller lead heading into the bottom of the 6th.
Wind up and the pitch. And it's going to get away on the strikeout throw to first. It's an overthrow. Here comes another Hiller run. And maybe a second Hiller run. The throw over, and they'll get the out at home, but the Hillers do plate one. Pedroli around to score. Petruni tried to score, but was thrown out.
Hillers plate another run, and Reading was down to their final 3 outs, trailing 4-1.
For Reading, Jack Chapin steps in, up the middle, takes a couple hops, glove by the second baseman, throw to first, not a problem, 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Swing and a miss, 2 away. Swing and a miss, and the Hillers are moving on to the round of 16.
The Hillers would end up taking the win 4-1. Hopkinton improves to 18-4 and will host the winner of Mansfield and Dartmouth in the round of 16 at a... It's time for our picture of the week, and our picture of the week, it's gotta be the brand new pickleball and tennis courts built in town. You can see a collection of pictures of the opening at our sceneninhopkinton.org. Upcoming town government meetings include school committee on Thursday, June 6th. It'll air live on our HCAM Ed channel and, of course, YouTube. And on Tuesday, June 11th at 7 p.m., the Conservation Commission will be live on HCAM TV as well as our YouTube page. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov. Or for more information, head over to the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We'll be back next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.